Did Jay-Z's accuser recant her story? Not quite. Let's talk about it. So in our last video, we discussed about how Jay-Z was trying to force his accuser to reveal her identity. She has currently filed a lawsuit against him anonymously. Well, she's still anonymous, but apparently she did an interview with NBC last week, and in the interview she made some claims, and subsequently it came out that there were inconsistencies in her story, and she admitted to these inconsistencies, saying that, quote, "I've made some mistakes." Now, what are these inconsistencies? Well, for one, she said that during this whole incident that happened at the VMAs, that she talked to different celebrities, and one celebrity was from the group Good Charlotte, and apparently she said they had a discussion about his tattoo because it was religious in nature and she was a religious person, and so they sort of connected there. The only problem is that Good Charlotte was not actually at the VMAs. They were touring in the Midwest at the time, so that conversation could not have happened. Now, the second inconsistency is a little more serious, and this one comes because of her father. So after the incident, she said she escaped and she went to a gas station where her father picked her up. Now, during this time, her father would have had to travel 5 hours to come get her. She said he got her, they didn't discuss anything, she never told him about it. The problem is that her father recently told NBC that he has no memory of this. He says, I think I would have remembered if I had to pick her up, but I just don't remember. Now, the victim, she admits, or she sort of acknowledged that her father has no memory, but she nevertheless stands by her story. She says it absolutely happened. She is not recanting that. Now, of course, Jay-Z has responded, and his response is to put out the strong statement saying there was an investigation. This just shows that this complaint against me is baseless. There's no fact. It's just a money grab, etc., etc. I have seen on other people's pages saying that this is a clear example of her lying. But is it actually lying? Is an inconsistency in a story evidence of lying? Well, maybe, but maybe not. Memory is a complicated thing, and this incident, if you will recall, happened almost 25 years ago, so maybe the details aren't quite as accurate as she would like, but that does not necessarily mean that the underlying allegation is not true. Just because someone makes an inconsistent statement, does that mean that they actually are not telling the truth? Not necessarily. It could mean that, but not necessarily. Memory is a very funny thing, and you're talking about something that happened almost 25 years ago. Do you remember all that you did 25 years ago? I know I don't. If I had to tell the details of things, then I may get some things wrong, but that does not mean that something did not happen. For example, I remember when I graduated. I can say I graduated in this year. I ain't gonna reveal my age. But I may say I graduated this year, and I have a memory of the night, and some parts of it may not be accurate, but that does not mean I did not graduate, right? However, sometimes people, in order to make a lie convincing, will add details, and then those details ultimately are found to be inconsistent with the truth, and that's how you can discern that someone is not telling the truth. At this point, we just don't have enough information to know whether or not she is in fact lying, or in fact she's suffering from just a poor memory of what happened. Now, her attorney maintains that she's telling the truth, that she has been very stressed out. She agreed to a polygraph, but she says no other client of his has ever agreed to that, that she's actually suffered medically, like having seizures because of the stress of this incident. So he's going to continue to investigate, is what he said, but he maintains that her story is factual and that it was vetted by a previous law firm, and that's how he got the case. I anticipate more motions being filed. I think Jay-Z said this is even more grounds for why he wants to file a motion, or is going to file a motion to dismiss this complaint. I'm sure the plaintiff will respond and the court will eventually rule. When all of this happens, I will be here with the updates. If you like this video, please be sure to like and share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, be safe.